Welcome back to what is another day on the charger. Not going to do much today, but I do want to get started on cleaning out the desert that is in the floor, just so I can see how good the floors are. I've already spotted one small section of rust, but if you know your chargers, you know the floors on these are pretty bad usually. This is really good, so I will show you right now what we have. Okay, so I've hoovered the car onto one side, which at this point is more than I've done for my daily driver in the past 2 years. And whilst the news is not great, it's not terrible either. There's a little bit more rust than I thought there was originally. Let's swap this out. So this is the area of rust that I spotted pretty much straight away, which isn't a big deal. But then coming over to the passenger footwell, you can see how it is just Swiss cheesed, so it looks like this entire section is going to have to be replaced as well. It's not the end of the world, but something funky has been going on with the transmission tunnel here, where it looks like somebody's cut out the floor to fit a manual transmission at some point and then just screwed this plate back on back when it went to auto again. And I don't know what's been going on under the center console, but care was not taken, I think is the correct term for that. So I'm going to now do this side of the floor pan, obviously get this out, which is worryingly labelled as a Torino. I hope that's not the case, because this is supposedly the drive shaft for the car. And let's see what the state of the floor is on this side. And last one. What I'll probably end up doing is making another plate for this, just in case I decide to make it manual myself at some point down the line. I mean, I'll clean it all up. You can see here where someone's gone at it with a gas axe by the looks of it. So this will only clean up. Obviously, these holes will need to be filled as well, and I need to do something about the flatness here. But all things considered, it's not too bad. Now it's things like this that make me glad that I bought a new wiring loom from American Auto Wire, because not only do I not trust 50-year-old wiring, but I absolutely despise Scotch locks. I understand they have a purpose, but it's a cheap way of doing things, it's a dangerous way, and over time they just fail anyway. So all of this is just going to get replaced. These aftermarket fuse holders, I'm guessing it's for a stereo of some sort. This is all going to get replaced. Yep, this is for a stereo Alpine, so this will all get ripped out and redone, and just goes a little way into making the car a little safer, so it's not going to burn down. Oh, that's a fun feature. And there we have it. A million screws, and about half hour later, managed to get the panel out. It's a big old sheet of aluminium that weighs a ton thanks to the sound deadening, but in news that will surprise absolutely nobody who likes chargers, the center trunk floor is trash. So there you have it, a fun-filled episode of cleaning. But unfortunately, when it comes to project cars, it is necessary that in order for you to form a cohesive plan, you need to be aware of what you're working with. I'm very happy with what I've got. The rust on the car is minimal, it is not structural, so therefore it means that I can replace that metal very quickly without consequence, and I'm not going to be digging into metal upon metal upon metal in order to try to get to the bottom of everything, as I've had to do in the past with other cars. I'm going to be tying up a lot of my videos like this, where I will summarize after the fact. It's far easier than trying to work on a car whilst filming and have it make sense at the same time. You might notice that the audio that I have is slightly more improved. That's because I ditched the cheap Chinese microphone that was on the lapel for a Rode, or Rode, however you want to pronounce it, horseshoe mic for the camera. I'm hoping that will improve things, and I'll be looking at ways that I can make these videos more enjoyable to watch and more enjoyable to produce, because I'm the guy that's got to do it along the way. But whilst I'm tying up, I did want to take a moment to thank a Facebook member that I've only recently met called Joe King. It's a real name, but Joe is a guy in the US who runs and moderates many Mopar and charger-based pages. If it wasn't for one of his pages, that I wouldn't have found the advert for the charger that I currently own now. So if you are in the market for a Mopar or a charger, then check out one of his pages online. I can put a link down to put the pages that I use the most in the description below. The next few videos are going to be focused more on me actually doing work on the cars, rather than just what I've got so far. I've already filmed everything, I just need to put it together in a way that makes it more cohesive and fun, and then I need to put it through the old Premiere Pro just to try to make it something that's worth watching. But in the meantime, hopefully it's getting better. Bear with me.